How's it going, everyone? It's Ethan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install these Titan chain cable snow tire chains on our 2022 GMC Sierra 1500. These are just going to be a good low profile, easy entry-level way to get some chains on your tire in the event of maybe some light snow. The links themselves are in a diagonal pattern, so they cut a little bit more coverage on the tire than, say, your just normal ladder style pattern chains, and they'll get you a little bit better coverage on turns. The links themselves are cables, or they're actual rollers on the cables, so they're going to get you a little bit of a smoother ride compared to maybe some square link chains. However, you're going to sacrifice a little bit more of that traction for that smoother ride, so that's something to consider. The chains themselves are made of a manganese nickel alloy, which is nice because that's going to be a little bit more durable, and it's going to give you more weather and rust corrosion resistance as well. So it's going to give you a little bit more longevity on the chains. Because the chains themselves are so low profile, these are Class S compliant, which basically means if you have limited wheel well clearance, it'll work for that. The chains do come with this rubber tensioner, so as you're moving down the road and things tend to loosen up and move around a little bit, this rubber tensioner will do a good job of keeping everything in place. The chains do come two in a set in this sort of light plastic fabric material. It's not my favorite, and it's not very easy to get roller style chains back into the bags once you get them out and installed. So we recommend, if you do get these chains, probably grab something a little bit larger that you're going to be able to get those chains back into. It's also going to keep them a little bit more secure. The installation of these chains can be a little bit tricky. There are a lot of connections that have to be made, and depending on the order that you do them in and the size of your tires, getting this tensioner on can also be a little bit tricky, but you can check out how we did that now. First thing we want to do is lay the chains out flat, making sure that nothing is tangled or caught. Next, we want to make sure that this gap in the middle is present, because that's where the tire is going to go once we make that connection. Also, it's important to note that these, at the end of each link, do say tire side. So once we get these actually installed, this is going to be the side that's making contact with your tire rather than this pointed side on the other end. We can start by sliding the whole set of chains around your tire. And we can come around, pull them through, making sure we have that gap where we left it before. And now we're a little bit caught. Now we can come up and make our first connection on the back side, just using each of these, or this hook here and the link, just like that. Space things out as best as we can. Try to give ourselves enough room for the second connection at the top here. We might have to manipulate the chains a little bit to get enough slack, but once we do, we just slide that stud through this catch, and that's our first connection on the front. And we'll repeat the process down here at the bottom, just like that. And we'll grab our rubber tensioners that are included and fit those on. It's nice that they are included. A lot of the times we have to purchase these separately, so the fact that they do come with the chains is a nice added feature. Just fit them on similar to how you would take a tire on and off. And once you have that rubber tensioner on, it's basically it for the installation. It's nice that it comes with this, and overall there are a few more connection points than a lot of the tire chains that we've tested, but I do like the chains in general. You're going to go ahead and want to do this on the passenger side as well. Roll forward and backwards a couple times to make sure everything stays secure, then you're ready to go. Overall, I think as far as roller style chains go, these are probably some of my favorite. They're pretty entry level, but the manganese nickel alloy is going to get you a little bit more durability, and the diamond pattern is going to give you a little bit more coverage on turns. In general, I think compared to some of the other roller styles we've tried, these are probably my favorite, and I think they're a solid fit on our 2022 GMC Sierra 1500.